Hi, I'm Ayla with True Use Systems, and we're going to be looking at the things that keep sixes up at night. Sixes are the bedrocks of society. They look after all of us so that we don't have to look after ourselves. But that means that they have a lot to keep track of and to worry about. So we're going to be looking at the things that keep sixes up at night. So one thing that keeps sixes up at night is people being unreliable. If a six says that they're going to do something, they're going to do it. Sixes like certainty and security. This is what motivates them. So when people are unreliable, it sets off their spidey senses that something here is not right. Sixes can find themselves wondering, why did that person not do what they said they were going to do? What are they actually doing? Why aren't they being truthful? And this can trigger a downward spiral of thinking where all of a sudden you start to think, am I able to trust anyone? Can I trust myself? And even questions like, who else can I not trust now? Sometimes this is called the six's inner committee. It's like inside of the mind of a six, there is a committee that's deciding what is truthful, what's factual, which facts can you trust, and all of the new information coming in needs to be assessed and reassessed, and often that can happen in the evening or in the middle of the night. So another thing that keeps sixes up at night is not knowing what's coming next or not having a plan. Sixes like to know what to expect. It's not that they need to have a certain way that things need to happen. It's that they want to know what's expected of them and what to expect from other people. Sixes like full disclosure, all the cards on the table, so that they know what they're getting themselves into and what they're signing up for. But that doesn't mean they're showing their cards. In fact, sixes like to keep their cards close to their chest and not divulge particularly what they're thinking or feeling or assessing until they've sussed out another person and where they are and whether or not it's okay to say the things that they're thinking. Something else that keeps sixes up at night is worrying about things that might be bad for their health. Questions like, what diet should I be on and which diet's going to kill me? It's really good to eat a lot of protein, but too much protein is dangerous. And being vegan is really good for you, but also eating soy can kill you, but also eating meat. And also, have you checked if that oil is okay or that pan? For sixes, the world is a dangerous place, and asking the right questions can safeguard you from unintended consequences. Another thing for sixes, and this is a big one, is who to trust. It can take sixes years, decades, to decide if they can trust someone. And even then, you might find that they try to test you to see if they really can tell if you're trustworthy. So waking up in the middle of the night to replay a conversation in their head to find out if a person is trustworthy is something that happens often with sixes. Doubt is a big thing for sixes, doubting others and doubting themselves. They want to feel part of a trusted group or even a trusted authority, someone who can be followed and can give them a break from all of the responsibilities that they're always taking on, including just making decisions, someone else who can do that, who they can trust. But how can you trust authority? Can you really trust someone who's so sure of themselves? Can you really trust people who are popular? Like, why are they popular? We don't know anything about them. So sixes have a love-hate relationship with authority. They want to have an authority that they can trust, but they often feel that you can't really trust an authority. Sixes often have this back and forth kind of thinking, and it's often why people find it hard to get them. Another thing that can wake a six up at night is, what did I say? Many sixes find themselves replaying in their minds what they said in a conversation. And for that matter, what they will say in a conversation that's coming up. Sixes are strategic thinkers, and so they like to be prepared and have ideas about what they're going to say, especially if it's a hard conversation. For sixes, being prepared can take priority over sleep. Sixes can find themselves in a vortex of thinking in circles or back and forth thinking. Things like, what did I say? Did I make sense? Do they know what I was trying to say? No, I made sense. They weren't listening. But what if they were listening Did I make sense? Sixes find themselves supporting everyone else, but at night they can find themselves thinking, who will support me? Sixes have a fear of being without support or guidance, but they also fear rejection and abandonment. They just don't know if they're going to be able to count on another person. In this way, sixes can have a really interesting blend of seeming super self-sufficient, like not needing anything, like anyone, not needing a person to be with, not even needing the grid, just really not needing anyone to have to depend on. But then also really wanting and feeling that they need a teammate, someone to support them, someone who's going to take on some of the burden and some of the responsibilities that they always find themselves taking on. So from the outside, a six partner may seem perfectly on top of everything, maybe even more prepared than most, even stepping into things that are really quite dangerous. But under the surface, they might be feeling the pressure and anxiety of what can go wrong and what can fail. And they worry that if they do fail and everything really truly does go all wrong, will that person still be there to support them and not to abandon them? It can be hard to tell that sixes are stressed out because they're so good at troubleshooting and remaining calm in difficult situations. Like I said before, sixes are the bedrock of society. They do what's necessary, often without any recognition of what they're doing. They are strategic thinkers and questioners, trusted advisors, sometimes snarky sidekicks, making witty remarks at the silliness of society while still holding fast to keeping the society safe. So thank you, sixes, for holding it all together, for working tirelessly behind the scenes, and for being prepared for anything and everything. I'm definitely coming to your house in the next zombie apocalypse. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please press that like button. And sixes, I'm curious, what keeps you up at night? And everyone else, what keeps you up at night? Let me know in the comments below. I love hearing from you. I learned so much. Thanks again. Bye!